I can go ahead first. I'm feeling pretty good. Just have a lot of stuff going on today with back-to-back calls, but otherwise fine. And hoping my Wi-Fi is now stable because I had a couple drops this morning in power. There was a big storm last night. My top priority for the week is, well, a lot of the things on the agenda, making sure that things are moving forward, going through the board. We've got a lot of tweets that need to be written specifically and need to be assigned as well. So that's a big focus for me. And catching up otherwise, coming back from vacation last week and from a conference the week before that. Then intentions for the call is to facilitate the agenda, going through the agenda, and distractions, don't have any, pretty much living in comms land right now. So I will pass it to Suga. Suga, are you there? Maybe I can pass it to Almond for now.
Sure. Hey, I'm feeling good, rested. My top comms priority this week is the PFP collection minting party and the Twitter space that's happening this week, just to make sure that's ready and everyone is aligned and informed. And my intention for this goal is to listen to you all and to sync up in whatever I'm missing. And I have no distractions, and I'll pass it to Lauren.
Jim, my priorities for I'm feeling fine. My priorities for comms are basically just like all of the comms around announcements, DAO drops, optimism. Like my focus for the week is all of those things, and reviewing all the copy on our upcoming launches, including like Chainvine and the Fiat launch. Also working on a PFP blog post and just trying to support and reviewing to make sure that we get ETH Denver out and emails and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm distracted by also working on comms stuff. And I will pass it to Ahmad.
Thanks, Lauren. Welcome back, everyone. Nice to see everyone. So my focus for the week is mainly Chainvine. That's like the number one thing. There's a ton of stuff I need to do to get it shipped, including finalizing how it works, rewards, working with the tech team, and then helping out with the content and the landing pages. So that's mainly my focus for the week. For this call, I just want to see if there's anything else that I could support with as well, besides that, and to just make sure that we're all on the same page about everything else. And distracted, I feel a little bit sick, but I'm okay. And let's see, who didn't go yet? Suga.
Thanks, Ahmad. Hey, everybody. I have to start with the distractions. I just having a teeny connectivity issue, but it should be okay. I also have somebody sitting next to me watching cartoons, so I'm trying to get these headphones working. So little distractions. So I've got Chainvine, ETH Denver, articles, and other stuff. But those are the biggies. And I'll pass it back to you, Corey, because I was off for the first couple minutes.
It's Claire. You want to go ahead?
Hi, thanks, Corey. Hi, everyone. My focus for comms this week is also my intention for this call is to get a decision on how we allocate the project survey respondents rewards and to get some comms out around that. I've got some stats reports that I'm working on, and also to help out with any social media posts for all the campaigns that are happening at the moment, like PFP collection, chain vine, etc., that Lauren was just talking about. And I've got no distractions. And I think, am I the last one? I'm handing it back to you, Corey. Thanks.
Ashley.
Yeah, I am feeling pretty good today, energized. My top comms priority this week. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Maybe I need to look at what my priorities are and see. Maybe just like reaching out about the PFP, letting people know that we're having our launch party, things like this, community-wise, getting people to join us. And my distractions, I don't really have any at the moment, still kind of working in the background a little bit, but I will pass it back to you.
I'll take it.
Yay.
I'm feeling good. Starting to adjust back to the time zone here in Tbilisi. Top comms, just shilling and outreach for PFP, as well as earthquake relief, since this is the final big push this week. Distractions, just getting a little bit hungry. I think Santi still has to go.
Thank you, Jake. GM, everyone. Feeling good today. Intentions for the call is PFP collection. And I would also like to discuss with you all the DAPBAC service that Ahmad presented the other day, because I think we could try to do some testing with that service or using the free account that we can start with. And I think I'm the last one, so back to you, Corey.
Okay, great. Claire, did you already add what you wanted? Oh, the stats, right? This is from you.
Yep, it's in there.
Cool. And then I'm not sure what surveys were presented by Ahmad the other day, but happy to talk about those. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, just some things on the agenda. Was playing a bit of catch up yesterday, trying to put all the pieces together. There's a lot coming from the dev team on these launches, and I know a lot of this was talked about last week. I just left it on the agenda to make sure we could touch base on them again, but we don't need to spend a lot of time on them if it's not necessary. Yeah, just some overarching topics here. And first, I just wanted to, just in case you're not aware, we do have a Giveth Essentials meeting that's scheduled right after this call, which is going to be about the best way to use GitHub for the comms and community teams working groups. And I'll be facilitating that call. So just FYI, we're going to be doing that at the top of the hour. Which channel is that in? In the community one?
It's here in comms as well.
In comms.
Same channel. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Good to know. So the first thing on the list is post ETH Denver. I know that we have an epic for this, and just wanted to touch base on it to make sure, I know that this was discussed last week and it looks like things are in progress. I see that you're working on some stuff, Suga. Is there anything that we need to talk about here? There is, for instance, a tweet thread on ETH Denver Talks that looks like it's not assigned, which is something that we definitely should write as soon as possible. So I was wondering if someone would have the capacity to pick this up.
What did you say, Corey? For what? Sorry, my connection's crap.
There's a tweet thread on the ETH Denver Talks where we just do a recap thread.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know if someone would have this should be a very straightforward one to outline, basically with just kind of referencing the talks that we had and linking to the the YouTube channels or to the wherever the talk is sitting.
Soga, you already started on something similar to this. Is there a different issue somewhere?
No, I didn't do tweets. I was doing the sound bites. I have all of that information sitting in a couple of places at the moment, but the East Denver article, like the recap article, it's sitting in there. So either I could just do that, or maybe Claire, if you wanted to copy it out and do the tweet thread. I'm not really the go-to tweet person, but obviously that can change.
I think it's more valuable to share the talks as individual tweets, like instead of like lumping them all together in one thread. I think it has more impact to do like the sound bites and then just link the video and like a second tweet on for each one. So yeah.
Okay, so I missed some information. I think, sorry, my crappy. So you were saying, so part of this is obviously, not obviously, but just to understand, part of this is with the sound bites. Is that right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't create this issue. So I don't, to me, it's like, I don't, like, it's nice before the event to say this is where we'll be, but like after the fact to be like, watch these, no one's going to watch 4 talks from one tweet thread. It's like just way too much to ask for people's attention span, that I think that like, I don't see a lot of value in this thread, except I do see value in sharing each of the talks individually via our snippets. So
it's kind of a nice idea. It's kind of a nice idea if we're working on the sound bites for each one, if that's how I'm understanding this correctly, that maybe then that's the tweet for each one, right? And then the second tweet on that thread is a link to is this, right? Like the details of the talk and a link out.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, for these, it would be awesome if, like, I think Suga's already, like, on this with picking out snippets. If she picks the snippets, gives them to a mod, and he makes videos, I can make tweets, like, in a second with those snippets. So we don't really need anybody else to be, like, on this issue, I think.
Okay, so, again, sorry with my connection, because I can't look at the issue. I already have Lauren's talk, and I'm working on Griff's. So beyond that, what else is there? Like, should I do all of them, like Tam and John and Willie?
I wouldn't do Tam, John, and Willie, but I would maybe pick one cool quote from, like, each of the panels if it's Giveth. But, like, yeah, it's going to be, like, from the Giveth Twitter. So, like, if it's Giveth related, not just, like Giveth related and food for thought.
Cool. So in that case, then Claire, if you wanted to help with that, that'd be awesome. You mentioned that in the soundbites thread, because it, obviously would be faster. I meant to say, it would be faster. So if you wanted to do like Lauren's panels, for example, or let's just say that for now, and maybe we can. What number is that you're talking about right now?
What issue number?
Yes, please. Sorry.
It's for the video snippets. It's 1258.
Oh, it's all the same issue. Well, sorry, I sound like a total no. I just can't look at anything right now. Sorry.
Okay, so
never mind. I'm being
okay.
Just forget about me.
Okay, wait. So all right. We're just going to combine video snippets. Video snippets are the tweet threads. So I'm actually thinking we might not need this issue. And we simply create the video snippets, which will be, do we want 2 separate issues for this is my question. If Lauren, you're happy to take on you're going to take the video snippets and put them out as a tweet with a second tweet linked to the talk.
Yeah, and I'm already in that thread, so whenever there's new updates in there, when a mod posts the snippets, I'll get a notification and then can just tweet them.
Okay, so I'm going to move this issue out to reduce confusion.
Yeah, I think we can move that issue.
Okay. All right, got it. I'll just put it in the icebox. And
if we had the time later, and maybe this is like, I guess I'm assuming this is maybe what you meant of making like longer threads with like all the information of the talk. Those are cool, but they do take a lot of time. So we could do those like at least we could do them for Griff's Meta Crisis talk and my talk if we have the bandwidth.
Yeah. So like, are you thinking once we have these to like spread them out, like do like a talk a week or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And then maybe
Okay.
like once we have like all of the talks out, maybe we could do like a mega thread with all of them and say, oh, if you missed the talks, here are all of our threads of the different talks, you know, if we want to.
There's also this like thread of threads thing where we could just like here are our talks, and then I can send you to each of the threads. Yeah.
Okay, and then just one thing to mention, maybe it would be great if you, if Suga, if you know around when you would have the snippets done. I'll be going over this in the next call, but if you can slide in like a date into the title of the issue, just estimated like Medium post would be done, you know, if it's by the end of this week or if it's by the beginning of next week. Same with the snippets, like when the estimated date is, you can just put it in the title, and then we kind of know like to keep track of things.
Wait, title, what title?
The title of the issue. So it says like social media video snippets / ETH Denver. And then you could write, I don't know, March 18th, like this Friday.
You mean
like
edit the title?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that would be cool, because then we know when to plan to like post these things.
Okay, but just again, so Ahmad was just saying we're gonna space them out so that Lauren's is done. I'll do Griff's tomorrow, and then I guess, I mean, is it okay that they wouldn't all have the same deadline or, you know, finish date? And Claire, I don't know how, you know, see what I'm saying?
That's
And
fine.
maybe it's
that's
okay.
fine. If you think you could get them done by the end of the week, then that's awesome, and you could just put the date for the end of the week.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's just estimated, like, you know.
Gotcha.
And then maybe the Medium post, you're like, there's no way I can also do it this week, so it'll be sometime next week. Like, throw in a date, and then yeah, it's just, this is not like set in stone stuff, but it just gives us like a really good overview of like when the things are coming. And anyway, you can always tag people and say these first two are ready, that kind of thing. So that's fine. Cool. Is there anything else that we need in here for ETH Denver that's maybe come up over the last week? Or are we good with a Medium post and the soundbite tweet threads for now? There was one other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I guess this could be included in the blog post, but something about like what happened on the ground, like the impact that we did, maybe. I mean, like that could be included in the blog post, I guess.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like how many people finished like the impact quest that we had, and I don't know. I mean, basically.
Up, at least with the virtual ones, they should be wrapping up now, and I can grab some of that data. I know I've got donation data, but I can try to grab at least some more stats once all the virtual quests are done and the prizes have been sent out.
Okay. There's also there's this issue I created yesterday, like a tweet thread to shill ETH Denver. Lauren and I were talking about this, like to kind of like, you know, just kind of explain like that they chose to partner with us, and like that they really care about impact, and like these are the things that happen. Maybe we could put that in this thread, like those details.
That's a great idea. And I also just wanted to mention, I just added to like some comments in the beginning of the ETH Denver blog post with like those bullet points of like what the impact caused by the partnership with Giveth and ETH Denver. So this tweet thread can be a combination of like taking those bullet points from the blog and then also adding other information like the impact quest stats.
Okay. Yeah, I added this to the Epic too, so cool. Okay. Awesome. If there's anything else, if you're creating other issues around ETH Denver, please just add it to this Epic. But I think this is like a good amount to be executing on quickly, I think. Great. Is there anything else regarding Denver, or should I move to the PFP collection? All right. Yeah. So maybe Almond, would you want to provide a little bit of an update around the PFP? You said you wanted to touch base on that, or that was your priority for the week?
Yeah, that's my priority for the weekend. For sure, I can provide some more info in case you have any questions or are not clear on anything regarding the PFP. The minting party is going to happen on the 23rd of this month after the community call. And in the meantime, we're empowering and inviting each of us to invite people to the allow list. People can join the allow list, donating $100 or DAI to the Giveth project. I got confused on this, so it's just is worth to highlight that it's the Giveth project, not any project on Giveth, the Giveth project. And then in that way, they will be able to join the allow list. And we have an internal list of important friends and partners that have add some value or have supported Giveth in some way that we are inviting personally to the minting party. Aldine, Mitch, and myself are working on this. Also, Kotave has contributed. So if you have any important person that you think that should be added to the allow list that's key to the DAO, please let us know so we can add it to this outreach effort. And nothing, basically, that's it. The open mintings, meaning the minting to the general public, would be done after the minting party ends. Right after that, it would be open for everyone. But as I mentioned in the community call, we're really aiming for the minting party to be a key moment for selling. And yeah, I don't know if Mitch or Santi would like to add something about this.
Yeah, basically, I was contacted from the people of Punk Domains. They pretty much have everything ready, and they wanted to just coordinate for the communication efforts. So I told them that we are going to have the meeting party on the 23rd, and probably around that date would be the perfect date to announce that anyone holding an NFT will have a discount. We're going to offer a 50% discount on the price of the Giveth domain for those who want to purchase it, which is going to be sold on the Gnosis chain. But they will check that ownership of the PFP on Ethereum mainnet, because the PFP is going to be minted on Ethereum mainnet. So they just basically wanted to let us know that everything's ready from their side, and try to coordinate for the communication efforts. That's it.
I'm seeing here that might be 30%, not 50% off the Giveth domain.
No, the Giveth domain is 50%. The 30% is the PFP price, the NFT price.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, great. I know we already talked about this last week, so I don't know if this is new information for everyone, or if there's anything else that we need to discuss. I see like there's a Twitter space planned, and Lauren's working on a blog post draft. Is there anything else that we need to talk about here from a comms perspective?
I just have a quick question, when should we ideally publish this blog post? I'm thinking probably before the 23rd. Like if we publish like on Monday, then it could be like you can include information, last couple of days to get on the allow list and blah, blah, blah. It could announce the allow list mint date and the launch date. So does it make sense to publish it on Monday?
Yeah, I really think that with the blog post, if we can post it as soon as possible, maybe I can use it as a resource for the Giveth replies on Twitter and just like start sharing more info around it with the details. So maybe it could make sense to have it in these days if you can, just to have it as an extra resource for the people that has questions or what might be worth to give more info. And also, sorry to interrupt, Lauren, I saw that we have more people added in the allowed list outreach. I don't know if that was Jake that added people, but just, I don't know, Mitch, if you share with Jake the message that we are sharing with everyone, because we need their wallet addresses too.
I gave it to Jake and Lauren, those lists. So I think Jake knows that he has to get their address if he contacts them personally.
Great.
One more thing while I'm talking. I shared with Alman and Santi a couple days ago what Dawson cooked up for some of the cosmetic benefits, which I know is a big question. So if you want to include that info in your blog post, Lauren, I can share with you what Dawson has. No? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I just wasn't listening. That's what I was going to Send it to me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else? Any other questions? Otherwise, I will continue to the Chainvine topic. Nice. All right. Great. Well, then the Chainvine referral program is ready to launch, as we know. I know that's a priority for all of us this week. A couple different things need to get done there. And we have, so yeah, I just wanted to leave some space to check in on this in case anybody needs assistance or just to make sure that we have everything covered as well.
Yeah, so I can talk about this a little bit. So I think we want to launch it on the 29th of March because that's when we have a space planned with the team from Chainvine. So I think if we can do it then, it would be after we launch the, what's it called? I mean, it'll be like once like everything is clear and like we'll be able to test out everything. So like mainly what was blocking things before was we didn't get to properly make sure that it was working live with real donations, and we found a few bugs that we're fixing on their side. So hopefully that'll be done in the next week or two. And hopefully like this week it'll be finished and then we can like finalize things next week. So that was one thing that was blocking it. The other thing was we didn't finalize how rewards worked. But we went back and forth a few times on the forum, and I think now it's pretty clear how we're rewarding people that refer others. So how we're doing it now is 10% of the givebacks of whatever you refer goes to that person. So if I refer someone that's a new donor, I get 10% of whatever the person that I referred givebacks were if they donate to a verified project. So I think that part is sort of solved also. Like we're just finalizing some of the details on exactly how we'll do that on the back end. And then one more really cool thing that we should highlight is this is the first time that a project can also get givebacks. So in the past, a project couldn't get givebacks themselves because that would be seen as like looping donations, if they donate to a project with funds that they get themselves. But since the referral program is set up in a way where you can get givebacks from someone else that's donating to a project, now projects can actually get givebacks themselves. So this is like a really interesting thing that we can say in our comms is like now projects can get givebacks for the first time. So like that's something that we should mention on the blog post and in the thread and everywhere else. In terms of like what's like stopping us from launching, I think honestly it's mainly just updating all of our landing pages with this new content and making sure that all of those problems that I talked about earlier are solved, which I think that they should be this week. Long story short, I think we should launch it on the 29th. And that's what I think we should aim for. Yeah, does anyone have any questions about that?
I think it sounds good to me. That's the date of the Twitter space, right?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty clear. I think also interesting that when projects, so I got that right, when projects donate, when projects refer somebody and they donate, then the projects get givebacks. They get this 10%. So that's why.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think for the first time, it'll let projects, it'll give projects a reason to share their link to donate. Of course, besides just people donating to their project, but also like they'll get more rewards if they even donate to someone else.
Okay, awesome. In terms of comms then, we've got a tweet thread planned as usual. We've got a Twitter space. We've got so
there's one thing also is we actually have two different landing pages. There's the landing page that's on the Giveth website, and then there's a landing page that's on the Chainvine website. So both of them have different copy. So I think that we already went through them, and I think Lauren had a lot of things that she wanted to update on it. So we're making those changes. But if anyone else wants to have a look at it as well, feel free.
I had also done like a full review on it a few weeks ago. So I think it's been through several editions of reviews now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, for sure. That's urgent to get done. So yeah, it would also help a lot to have dates on these. So kind of like here, how you see like March 17th for the tweet thread would be great to have dates sort of filled in so we can just chronologically like knock this out by the 29th and just be clear on like the blog post will probably be a little bit later. But yeah, I would say like getting the copy done this week is really priority. And whenever else you think like other things would get done.
For the tweet thread, like it says 17th, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. we should probably launch it with the space or right after maybe. Just because, yeah, it would make more sense if we talk about it once we launch it. So I would change the date on that.
So we'll aim for the blog post to go live the morning of the 29th and the tweet thread also to go up then. And then we have the Twitter space, which can, what's it called? You know, like tag the tweet thread.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. Any other comments from anyone or questions about this? Who would be the best to add this to the docs, perhaps? Franco, is that something that you could, is Franco actually here?
Yeah, I think Franco already started working on it, so he already has a draft that he started.
Yeah. Oh, because I don't see
yeah, there's a link
comments.
there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sitting
then,
across from me and saying yes.
okay. Gotcha. Okay, so cool. Seems like everything is kind of covered here. I'm gonna put you on this almond. This is not in progress yet, I guess, right? Almond, is the Twitter space already in progress, or is that something that's going to start being planned?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that was for me. Yeah, I already sent the calendar invitation, and Ahmad already invited the Chainvine representative, so we're already on it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, well then I will go ahead and continue to the next topic, and we'll consider this like a launch day for the 29th. Another launch we have coming up is the fiat integration, which is actually quite a significant launch. So I wanted to check in on this as well. Let me just see. I think we have at least I have a tweet thread. We have like an email camp. Oh no, that was like an Icebox issue. We have an epic for the launch strategy. That's an older one, which now have to update. Does somebody actually have an update on like when the fiat integration is supposed to go actually live? I think very soon. I think it's about prepping the comms right now so that we're ready to go. So I'm going to use this epic to fill things out and have already like a couple of things here to add to it. So this is basically then just an FYI for everyone. I don't know if we want to be doing, it seems like kind of just an integration. I don't know if we need like a blog post about this. It doesn't really make sense to me. For sure, a tweet thread that announces that we have this integration now live. Does anyone have any other ideas around like what we would do from a comms perspective for this launch?
I think we should also tell the projects as well. So maybe send the email to the projects. Because I think a lot of projects have other places that they're raising funds. So like just to tell them that now you can raise all of your funds on Giveth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Definitely needs other social media platform posts as well. Facebook, LinkedIn.
You know, I was listening to this just yesterday, and Matteo was saying that he's still waiting for OnRamper to fix some bugs with their new version. So that's the blocker, because the success rate is still very low, and we need to make sure that it's higher to actually launch it. Like, it needs to be over 50%. So I think that was something that Matteo was working on, and he would be the point person to find out if this is ready to go.
Matteo. Okay. All right, so then still seems to have too low of a success rate. All right. Okay. Well, then maybe we will, GitHub is actually driving me crazy with this. Maybe we will then revisit the topic next week and just check in further on the timing, because we need like a release date, I think, to prioritize this along with all the other comms that we've got going on this week. So eventually I'll get that to add into the Epic, whatever. Okay. Then for the topic of the project survey, respondent rewards and comms. Claire, I know you had a couple things you wanted to talk about here.
Yeah, hopefully this will be a quick one. The project survey's a wrap. I think for now we've had around a 10% response rate. Survey was really well answered. This is a great result, as it was a detailed survey and we've collected a lot of insight. The next stage is to decide how we pick the 5 winning projects at random. We were going to award them with a raffle so that each one of the winners would get, I think, 200k of Give Power boosting for 3 months. So it's just a question of how we select those at random. My suggestion is that maybe we pick 5 random numbers from the order of completion. So say we pick the 10th respondent or the 25th respondent or something like that. What do you think? And should we do this while we're on the call?
I remember for the donor survey, I used this program that Ashley told me about, where it just created a really fun spinning wheel, and you just put all the projects that wanted to be included, and you can kind of we made a game of it, and we just picked 5 of them, and then we were able to kind of put it on Twitter. But I don't know.
That's cool. That sounds like much more fun.
Yeah, and I don't remember what the program was. Ash has. I'd have to either look back at it, or maybe Ash, if you quickly remember. But yeah, it was just kind of fun. And then we put it on Twitter and said, if you got the Twitter handles, you can kind of make it engaging to DM me for prizes if you're, and then tag the 5 winner project Twitter handles.
Cool. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
And then the next
chat. And you can just put the names on and just record record yourself spinning it with the names, and then we can put it on Twitter.
Cool, thanks. I'm just gonna And then the next step, once we have the winners, is to hand over to you, Mitch, to sort out the Give Power boosting, or someone else.
Yeah, probably that's the thing to do.
Okay. And then we email winners and then post about it on social media. So that's that. Is there anything else that we can think of?
No, but that just means that we need a couple of things prepped for social media posts about this and emails as well, right?
I'm happy to do a draft of each of those things. Let somebody else give it the once over.
Okay, so maybe we can turn this issue into one of those and create another, or I can create this, turn this into an epic and we can create issues underneath it. It's just an email and just a tweet, right? That we're gonna segue into Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe just to make this more clear, we can do project survey email for winners. And then can create one more for the Twitter. Is this something that we'd put out maybe next week? Or do you want, or should this already go out this week? I don't know how long this would take.
It sounds like there's quite a lot of comms going on this week. Do you think it'd be better spaced out next week?
We have next week just the PFP thing. I think it's fine. I think maybe if I'll put a date of like, early next week, March 21st or something, to have it like prepped by, we can, if it needs to be moved out, it's fine. But I think we'll just go ahead and like, this is pretty simple stuff. So
yeah, no, it won't take long.
All right, cool. Then I'll assign it to you as the owner of this, Claire. And if you need support, let us know. Of course, I just assigned myself, and now here's my profile. There we go. Okay. Cool. Awesome. I'm glad the results are really great. It would be nice to see stats on that, or like the content, right?
Yeah, it'd be
What
good
would be
to
the
do
next step there?
I can do the results next week in the comms call. I think that's probably the best place for it. What do you think? Or somewhere else?
I love the idea. What does everybody else think? Like, what's the best format to receive the results of the project survey? Also, I'm actually wondering, like, that's something organization-wide that's pretty useful information, right? Like, it's not just a comms thing. It's actually something hearing from the projects on our platform, I think is pretty relevant to, like, everyone working at Giveth. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah,
Maybe there's a way. Yeah.
I'd love to throw in like a slide during the community call, like around the communitas, and we could like share some of the information that we received from the community.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think something tangible for sure. I know I did like a Miro board or something of just like compiling the top follow up. I just think it's great if you're able to, because Claire, just based off of my experience, you're going to have people like in a month saying, hey, I remember you did something. Do you have those results? And so if you have it compiled in something nice and able to distribute a link or something, it's just going to be more helpful for you as well.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe then, yeah, it could go between the comms and the communitas slides. I don't know if this week is too soon for you, but yeah, I think that's a really nice idea.
This week's good, I think.
Awesome. Okay. Great. Then there's also this topic, Giveth Stats Metrics Report.
I put that in as well. Have you got the link there for the report? Do you want me to share the screen?
Let me know if this is visible.
Yeah, we can see it. It's just loading up now. One of the biggest challenges we've had for the numbers within the DAO is getting access to the data, understanding the different sources, and probably the biggest challenge is putting it all together in one place. So this is Google Looker, which is formerly Google Studio. I don't know if you've come across it. I've been playing about with some of our data sources, and I've put a basic report together just to give you a demo that visualizes some of our data that is either being asked for a lot or has been shortlisted through the GPS sessions. This is just a basic overview at the moment. You can see we've got donations data there. We've got the quarterly review. We've got on this sheet, the project sheet, we've got projects that have fundraised over 100,000 or maybe 10 to 100,000. This is quite a useful measure because then we can see when projects might be ready for DAOification, if you like. You can put all different sorts of information in here because we can source it as a CSV file from the Giveth database. It has a direct integration with Google Analytics. It's good because you can build charts and tables from multiple data sources and you can display in one report or dashboard. You can perform calculations, manipulate the data to show new or more complex information. It's got chart and dashboard features. It's interactive. I just liked it and just started to play around with it, and I think it could be a good solution for putting all our data in one place. And it should be quite easy to update each time because you've just got to update the underlying data sources. For Google Analytics, that just happens automatically. We can put our projects data in, our donor data in from the database. There's a possibility to integrate with our social media analytics, although I need to do a bit more investigation to see if there's a viable free integration on that. I just think it would be quite good. We can add our goals. So say we wanted to put a donation goal for the future or number of donors goal for the future, we could add that in. It's just got so much flexibility. This is showing our top fundraisers on the platform. It's also showing our project engagement. So when they last posted an update, it can be seen in the top chart there. I just like it. I think it's got lots of functionality and I think it could be a good solution. I just wanted to throw it in there to see what you thought. Just a quick note that the data sources aren't aligned at the moment. They're just in there for demo purposes. So some of it is quarterly data from last year. Some is more recent project or donations data.
I love it. I think this is so cool.
Same. It's a nice UX. Just as a starting point, I think a lot can be done here.
I always feel frustrated. I try to go to the info at Vercel thing and it's like, is this data actually accurate? What am I seeing? And now it's not even working. And I have to get a hold of Fabio to see if he can fix it. And it's using Dune and I can't do that. I'm not a dev, but this is just using CSVs and I can know where the data is coming from and make sure that it's accurate. And I think that this is really great.
Awesome. I kind of feel like we need our own analytics meeting at some point to properly spend more time on these different things that you're working on, Claire, because they're awesome. But it's we have 2 minutes left in this call. So this is a very first good impression, but I think it would be great to walk through this in more detail.
And there's so much more that can be added into it as well once we decide what we want to track or what we want to show. I think there's the possibility to pull pretty much all the data that we want to have through this report builder.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this. I think it's awesome as well. And maybe we should set aside a separate time with whoever's interested to like go through this. I know Kotabe was also hosting like meeting, like it's like the GPS meeting, you know?
Yeah, I think it's really useful information for developing goals and like GPSs and stuff once we get back on track with that for a community. Also, before the end of the call, I just wanted to let you guys know I'll post here in the chat. There's a link where you can see the live results of the project survey report. So if any of you guys are interested to know, or if you wanted to add stuff to the slide next week or something, or this week, then you guys can all look at the results here. Just posting that in case anyone's interested to see it.
Awesome. Well, we kind of ran out of time on this call to talk about this last issue from the community call, the Communitas call, but maybe just one. Yeah, actually, no, we have the Giveth Essentials call starting now. So I think we need to talk about this another time, or maybe we can chat about the influencers.
Yeah, I think
topic.
if I remember, Katabe was going to send it over to Lauren and she was going to talk with Stee about it. So maybe when she talks with Stee and see if it's like worth looking into, then we can bring it back.
I also still have it, became pretty friendly with, can't remember his name right now, but he's an influencer on TikTok that presented to us last year. He's got like 100,000 followers himself, and he gave us a lot of advice on like how to go about like reaching out to influencers and such. And I could ask him his opinion as well. So yeah. Anyway, maybe we can talk about that again next week. And yeah, I definitely want to end the call on time because we have another call starting right now here.